Hey everyone. What happened to Daniel? We lost him for a minute there. Are you there? Okay. Daniel's there, but we'll get him back in a minute. All right. Hope everybody liked the new intro. I thought that was pretty cool. We are going to get started. Big thanks to Travel Bugs for the music if you're listening to the audio side of things. And our featured patrons, Scout Mom 5, and Spire Crew, Scrabble Hounds, Jinxer05, Float Your Goat, Just Be, Baker Six Clan, Little Black Dog, Irish Allen, R Cool and PJ Cool 711, and our new patrons, Hide Go Seek, Zipper Tiff, TWH Rider, Toe Headed Mule, Team Steiny, Arnott Family, R Cap Brain, S Seiler, Terra Viators, Coon and Bud, Modarima. I gotta work on that one.
Take some work.
Modarima. I like it. It flows now. Kim Elisa, Bloody Cool, Travel Geek. Life is a horse on a boat. That's funny. The patrons came in. These two patrons, joined back to back. So it now sounds that life is a horse on a boat. Life is a horse is one person, on a boat is another.
That sounds like a 70s song.
I know. JR and Juju, Team G Winchester, Oil Bear 125, Price, Kitty Catch, and Finlay and his Drudge. If you'd like to become a patron, head on over to patreon.com/geocache talk for more details. Patrons get the new blackout coin. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, we got Daniel back. Hang on, Daniel. Let me get you back in here, buddy. There's Daniel's back. All right. Sorry about that, buddy. New blackout coin. Also, other geocaching items during the year, as well as bonus content, invites to special events. Special event coming up. We'll talk about here in a minute. Only for patrons. Support level start at as little as Bison Tube level, which is $3 a month. Well, let me start by welcoming my co-host, Jesse.
Good evening. How's it going? I was on mute there for the first part of it, so luckily they let me know already in the chat room. The chat room's keeping us honest, so that works.
Yeah. I think the countdown ended up being muted, but that's okay. They could see it. They couldn't hear the music.
Well, a new product, and we're getting used to all the features
there
every week. So,
and we redid the opening a little bit, so I'm still trying to get used to that. But that's hey, as we do new stuff, that happens. So
that's right.
And we're gonna jump right into show 159 for July 28th. As we welcome Daniel, but Daniel seems to be.
I'm here. Can you?
There you are. I can hear you.
You can't see me because the StreamYard isn't working on the phone. I had pretty bad sound.
Oh no!
So I decided to get back to my MacBook.
Okay.
And here I have just sound but no video.
That's okay.
Maybe that people already know how good I'm looking. So.
Well, that's true. That's okay. We'll go with this. This is all right.
Okay. Plus, so I can be naked while the show.
Yeah. Let's.
Yes, I can.
You could.
A possibility. Yeah, I could, but I won't.
Yeah, in theory, Daniel, you could, but we don't want your camera to all of a sudden start.
We require shirts on this show, just no pants.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Good. All right. Awesome. So. We'll talk through a couple different things, but we're also going to talk. Let me go back. Let me talk about this show. This is show 159 for July 28th. As we do welcome Daniel Pflieger back to the show.
Hello.
Welcome back. Thank you, my friend. We had Daniel on a while back, and we're glad to have him on again. We're going to talk about a couple different things, and we're going to show some videos now that we kind of can. with StreamYard, so we're getting used to it. I think some of the other shows are getting used to it as well. Jesse, they're kind of following a lead there. I think StreamYard is the way to go since Google Hangouts is leaving
I
us.
think everybody's experimenting with it right now, so it's a good product, and I think Google made us go there. So
They did, and
I'm glad they did though, because it's got more features, and just like everybody else, we're going to try new things with it.
Yep.
They may not all work, but we're going to keep trying, right?
Yeah.
We're going to test out every feature this thing has and just see what happens. So.
Yep. I think it will be fully pleasantly surprised. I had a little issue with audio. I had to do it the last minute and got fixed, but I think we're going to be fine. We've gotten some people have commented. They're like, "Oh, I don't like your audio, Gary." And it's like, well, I know, but they think it's just. And I mentioned that StreamYard. They're like, it works fine for everybody else. It's like, well, they don't understand all the other things that we're doing. So it's not just StreamYard. Obviously, StreamYard is fine for audio. The thing is I was doing recordings and some other things, and so I think people who don't, and some people don't understand all the nuances. They just assume that it's just one thing going on, and there's a lot going on. So anyway,
we'll get it all cleaned out. We'll be experts in no time.
That's right.
Until they change, we have to do something else, right?
Right. So, couple things we want to mention as far as news items. I do want to mention, don't forget that the store is still available out there. We're selling lots of cool items. We've got the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's my copy.
That's Gary's copy. That means it's marked. So don't play with him. Don't play him for money.
Don't play with me for money, because this one's got all the no.
He's a cheater.
That was my copy from Geo Woodstock. That I want to make sure I got my copy back, but I got plenty more that aren't labeled. Obviously, we have That's for Another Show. It's available. So cool, nice.
I had to switch tonight and use the UNLV one.
That's right. Oh,
stuff. I'll go back to that one again next week.
Oh, and you're probably feeling it, feeling the love for the daughter who's gone, who's left you. Left. She just gone.
Flew the nest, flew the coop, whatever.
She did. So you're still coping with the daughter now in college. Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I can't help it.
Yeah. I've also got the shirt.
All kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, so I got the shirts. They're still. That's
not even close to the biggest news that we've announced recently, though.
No. We're gonna. I'm gonna mute Daniel for a moment. No, this is the big news right here. Geocache Talk Challenge starts August 1st. Pretty exciting.
I'm excited about it.
We've got, as you can tell from the list I read a little while ago, is we have a lot of people who are excited about being on. So it's good. That's good. We got a lot of new patrons who wanted to get on board. And you still have
questions. I've gotten a lot of questions on that this week, and that's just like with our show. We got to keep in mind that they're trying something brand new. So there's no way that there won't be some glitches in it, right? It's going to be a lot of fun. And I've been looking at my map lately just to see what I'm going for after August 1st, once the leaderboard starts, and getting my plan out there.
I think some people are for sure. Yeah,
of course. But, there's no way that they're going to roll this big thing out and it's going to work 100% the first time. No computer programs work that way. So we'll get to test all that stuff and see and give them some good feedback. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun testing this thing.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great. It's not going to be perfect. I've had a lot of, like you said, I've had comments.
Well, there's one thing that's glaringly obvious, right? Like they didn't choose the Where I Go icon on there. Okay, well, didn't test 100. Webcam's not on there either. There's not 100% of stuff on there. They're starting it with kind of a subset. So okay, nobody noticed that quicker than me, of course.
Yeah, but you were pretty quick.
It's one of those things they can't test it with everything yet, and I'm sure they'll add more things like DT, multipliers and stuff like that later on, but they've got to have a limited range at first. So
yep. No, it's gonna be good. We're gonna. A lot of people, like you said, have asked already about what about this? Can we? Somebody asked about us splitting the patrons into 2 groups and making like a Jesse team and a Gary team, which would have been kind of cool. But again, that's can't do it.
I think in the future we'll be able to do that.
Yeah,
on there, and I think you'll be able to assign teams. They just gave us a slot for one full team right now, and there may be a way. Well, I mean, we have look at the names that are in the chat room right now. There'll be a way to take this data and play with it all kinds of ways and set up boards and everything else afterwards once they mine all this stuff. But I think at first with the official one on the website, it'll be this one group and we'll get to do it. We'll have several categories of it, but
right.
So they're testing it out with really basic features at first, but we're going to be able to do whatever we want to do with it, right? Like, we're going to give all kinds of prizes out for it, but that's, we'll see how it goes. Mm-hmm. And digital badges and bragging rights and everything else. So we get to brag for everybody. We all get to try it first.
Yeah,
so it's great.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, I have to report breaking news. Right as we started, like 1 minute before we started, I got a notification of an FTF in my neighborhood.
Yeah. You got to leave.
To it. Christy ran out the door and she just texted me she got the FTF on it.
Yay.
So somebody did that on purpose. They made it come out right at our show into my street. They did that on purpose, knowing that I could not go out there and go for it.
That's okay. You got a team.
I know the hider on this one too, so I know they did it. Hey, can you publish this right at this time?
Team Memphis Mafia.
Yeah, Christy ran and got it. So
gotcha. That's exactly right.
It still works.
Absolutely. All right, so we're going to bring Daniel back in. Daniel, let me unmute your mic there, buddy. All right. So, hi, Daniel. So we're going to talk about a couple of different items tonight. One is this. When I heard about this multicache that you were working on, I thought, we got to get Daniel on. We can talk about this. So let's kind of go back to the beginning. What was the beginning of the idea to create this multicache? And it's not just for let people know it's not quite out yet. So somebody could be FTF on this in the near future because it's not. Yeah, go ahead.
It's not published yet, but still, if it would be published, then it might be one of the hardest FTF to get because the distance of the multi is sheer insane. Shall I talk about how all this happened?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, it started 2 years ago because 2 years ago I started my first all summer long bicycle tour. I did the longest geocache of Germany.
Right.
It's from the most northern point of Germany to the most southern point of Germany. Took me around 2 weeks. Was an amazing experience. So I decided in the year after that, so last year, to do another geocaching challenge. There's a geocache, and if you want to log it, you have to visit all capitals of the states in Germany.
Wow.
So 16 capitals, and I guess nobody else did it before by bike. It was 2,500 kilometers. I don't know what's that in miles, maybe 1,800, something like that.
Wow.
And that was even longer. It took me 3 weeks. And because I have to enlarge my tours every year, so I was looking for another goal for this year. And then my favorite punk rock band, they announced a European tour. They hadn't played for 6 years.
Oh, wow. That's a long time to not be playing. So, but
that's true. That's true. I was waiting for them to
So you were fired.
Again.
You were excited to have that.
Pretty excited. And then I thought maybe that might be a thing for my next bicycle tour. And I figured out if it was possible. And actually it was. And so we began planning this. And because I can't do anything without geocaching, I decided to place the geocache while I'm on the way, because I was no geocache for all my goals. That's why I placed one, and
wow,
I tried to figure out, could it be like the longest multi-cache in the world, and I found another multi-cache that had around the same distance.
Yeah.
So I decided to add a next station, and one stage more, and that's the reason why it's not published yet, because I want to make sure that it is the longest geocache
right,
for at least the next few years or months. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to do a bigger one within the next 2 weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
So that it's going currently. It's 11 European cities, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're
That's
wanting
true.
to add a 12th city, or is it just you want to add a stage that, or is it another?
The pre-final will be at the 12th.
Okay, 12 total.
City. Yeah.
Cool. And you did this by bike. I think
that's true. That's true.
That's awesome.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
I was riding around 200 kilometers a day. Let me check what this is in miles. Kilometers.
Carl Hove is in our chat room.
Okay, it's 124 miles per day.
Cool. He's helping us out. He's in Norway, or normally he's in Norway, and he joined tonight. And Carl did give us the 2,500 kilometers is 1,550. Oh, here he goes. Yep. Carl helped us out.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Bond Mood wants to know, can you tell us what cities they're in? I know it isn't published yet, but go ahead and give us the breakdown.
For sure. It's not a secret. Everyone who can see the listing will see that it will start in Hanover, where I live, for sure. Then it will be Warsaw, which is in Czech Republic. Then it's it's in Poland. So after that goes to Prague in Czech Republic. Then we have Ljubljana and Zagreb and Milano in Italy. Then Strasbourg in France.
Wow.
Luxembourg, Amsterdam in the Netherlands, London, UK, and then Brussels in Belgium.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, the Tour de France going on right now, you could do the Tour de Daniel.
Yeah. Something like that. But you had to add another discipline. At the end of the day, you have to attend a concert and go into the mosh pit and dance pretty hard.
Right. And then try to get
part of the game. Yeah.
Right. And then try to get up the next day and cycle that.
Yeah. Right.
And you kind of have to go lower on the beer volume consumption.
Yeah, maybe.
So you can get through all the different stages, but that's really cool. So I know you sent me the GC. We were not going to share the GC, but when approximately do you feel like you're going to try to get this published in the next few weeks, or are you going to wait? Okay.
Yeah. I have to. Tomorrow I leave to Brazil.
Right.
And when I'm back, I'm going to get it published, because everything is set now. Only one small thing is missing. Listing is ready to be published.
Cool.
All the distance conflicts are managed, so that's pretty good and ready to get published.
So this is coming out in a few weeks, and then so this is a multi, and so in Germany, multis are obviously very popular.
Yeah.
I think you have the most popular or the most favorited multi in the world is in Germany.
Yeah.
People tend to hit multicache a lot more over there. I'm envisioning, if I was to put out something like this, I don't think people would go after it. I get like the first 3 people and then nobody would ever go after it. They just don't hit multis like this. How many people do you think will go and complete this?
I guess not many. And maybe people are going to do it as a team geocache. So maybe they collaborate and join geocaches from Prague, from Amsterdam, from London. And try to do a stage. Each is doing one stage, and then they gather the information and share it. So maybe that might be a way too. But it's okay. It's a thing of cultural. I don't know. Get together, bring people together. That might be also a way.
Well, that's a good idea, Daniel. Is you could plan a trip and you could do other geocaches, and then you could do like you said a bunch of caches, and then you go like, oh, while we're here, our point was getting this stage, and so you could kind of go here, do some caches, get that stage, then move on to another location. Combo.
Maybe I don't know how many people are going to do the geocache the way I did. Maybe nobody, because but you can do it by car. Yeah, it will take you, I don't know, a week or something like that. Still pretty hard. I don't think that there are many people going to do it.
Still sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Daniel, as the cache owner, are you okay with people teaming up like that and doing?
Yeah, for sure. Sure. I would love to read stories in the logs if people collaborate and joining across country borders. That would be so cool.
Very cool. Frank's on board. Jesse, if you want to do a major multicache, Frank will come down and do it with you. So
if you want me to be a where I go if I did it.
Yeah, that's true. You do it where I go. All right. Well,
the longest where I go in the world.
Yeah.
Name it after Daniel's and a nod to Daniel.
Yeah. But just 1 mile more.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Very cool. We'll keep us up to date on that, and we'll let people know when that gets published, and
I'm going to let anybody know.
Yeah, absolutely. But let us know too.
For sure.
But so we were starting to talk about, and we're going to talk about some other things tonight as well. But one of the things that came up in our pre-show was, because I had forgotten that you were doing this again and the timing of it, but you're going starting tomorrow.
Yes.
So you got to get ready to get going. But thank you so much for joining tonight too, because but you're getting packed and ready to go. You're headed to Sao Paulo, Brazil, and more importantly, all continuing on down to do the Ape Cache. Now,
that's true.
This is going to be how many times will this will your name show up on this logbook?
I'm not signing it every time, but I have been to the Ape Cache in Brazil for 4 times now. It will be my 5th time. Yeah.
Wow, the 5th time. We should at least make a little note. Well, I guess you can't, but I mean, you can at least make a note in the permanent logbook, not online, but you could make a little note that this is your 5th. Yeah, you got to at least do that.
Yeah, I'm here again.
Right. Here I am. I'm here again.
Right.
So,
but there's the Geo Tour now around the area. This Ape Geo Tour. So I haven't done this. I have most of the geocaches, but I don't know, 3 or 5 or 6 new ones are there, so I can finish the Geo Tour.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know that. So there's a Geo Tour, and the Ape Cache is part of the Geo Tour.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Because
pretty new.
Oh, neat. Well, that's awesome. So, so how many Germans are going first? How many are in the tour group? How many Germans?
We are total 8 people.
This time? Wow.
It's 5 customers, and then my girlfriend and me, and Joshua, the geocaching vlogger.
Whoa, hang on a minute. Joshua, the geocaching vlogger who callously ignored us tonight or today.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong. Maybe
he big timed us, is what we say in the US.
You told him that I'm on the show, and then he said, okay, no.
Yeah, he was kind of like, I've had enough of Daniel. I don't want to talk to him anymore. No, he couldn't make it, but that's cool. So, as many people might know, Joshua wasn't able to make the trip back in May because of some visa issues.
That's true. Yeah.
Right. But
the
neat thing is he's getting to go now. I mean, he's excited, I'm sure, to make the trip now. So we're really excited about him getting to go, and we'll get to see all the videos and everything about that. So do you go stay when you go there? Do you still does the group go to stay in that? There's a bed. What's that? It's like a bed and breakfast kind of.
Yeah, kind of. It's a national park.
Yeah,
and we're going to stay in the national park, and yes, going to sleep right in the jungle.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's
now,
pretty cool.
Yeah. Now, because I think that area, Daniel, a lot of people who like to who are birders, they like to go to the area and
yes, that's true.
And do their birders, and so they go and they'll check out the area. They'll stay in that little B&B, and then they'll go out and but also they like to have geocachers come there, which is cool. That's kind of neat that they do that for various people, but also they kind of help out the geocachers because it is a nice sort of last stage before you, because it's a little bit of a hike, but it's not too bad.
It is. Yeah, you can manage it.
Yeah.
It's not dangerous. It's not. I don't know. You even don't have to be in a good shape to do it. It's half an hour walk from the lodge. That's not that bad. But it's not the only thing we're going to do on the trip. We're going down to Iguazu, which is where Argentina and Paraguay and Brazil meet.
Yeah,
and there are these large waterfalls, pretty amazing. So all the group will be able to do the Argentinian and Paraguay country souvenir.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are one of our friends, a retired guy. He did a trip down there. He did it crazy. He did that area that you're talking about in those waterfalls and all that. Then he continued his trip and he went all the way down to Antarctica and did with the penguins. So have you? Yeah. People are. Our cat Bray mentioned in the chat room mentioned about the Iguazu Falls.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So now, the last time you were there, or one of those last times, have you done that little Argentina, Paraguay, Brazil triangle down there? You have? Okay. So that's cool. So your travel group, that's neat. So, well, I'll talk more about your travel group here in a little bit, but that's neat. I'm looking forward to hearing stories about how that goes again.
It's got to be a great trip.
Yeah. Have you thought about? Or can you, if somebody wanted to, set up a travel group of, say, a dozen or so or more people? Could you set something up where people could make it to Antarctica and get get that continent?
I guess so. People keep asking us about it, and of course that will be way expensive to go there. But
true.
It would be possible. Yeah.
Okay.
Working on our travel agent site.
Oh, neat.
So, geocaches from the United States want to share it over here, do the geocaches he found, and maybe we could get some more international guests.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. Yeah, we'll talk about that here in a little bit. I do want to show some videos and get you to comment. I know you'll be able to hear it. So what we'll do is I'll play a little bit of it and then kind of stop, and we'll kind of go through a couple of these geocaches that you created, and just I want to kind of ask you some questions about them. So And I know Jesse will have questions too. So let me pull up.
Already knowing what we're going to show. I'm already jealous. We don't have anything like this anywhere near me.
Yeah. So, yeah, not yet.
There you go. I like that.
So we're going to start with this guy here. So let me get the screen set up. All right. So I'm going to go like that. So we can still hear everybody, but I want to talk about this one. So I'm going to show a little bit of the video, Daniel, and then I'll stop and we'll ask you some questions. So here we go.
A beer barrel with a lock on it. Apparently, you have to come inside the beer shop. I'm not exactly sure what to do, so I'm going to talk to the owner. This place is called Craft Beer Contour. And over here, the owner and proprietor over here is Janina. Say hello, Janina. Hello. I see that the geocache is outside, and I was told that you maybe have something for me to try to figure out the passcode. Is that correct?
I do indeed.
You do? Awesome. Okay, cool.
There you go.
Oh, it's just like a little wooden box. I am in a craft brew house shop. I got a little wooden block. I noticed on the wooden block there's it looks like a places for digits. So somehow I need to figure out how to reveal the digits. We're in a craft beer store, so maybe it has something to do with beer. First thing that I'm thinking of, this kind of looks like a coaster. Maybe if you set something on it, it'll do something. Let's try. I got a beer bottle.
So Daniel, this doesn't work. So, all right, we'll continue on. We'll talk about what this.
That's a logical try, though. That makes
it is. It reminds me. We'll talk about the coffee one here in a minute, but it's funny what he tried. I wonder if people in the chat room can guess. They've probably seen the video because that's not really fair, is it, for people to talk about what it is?
Yeah,
but,
maybe.
Anyway, so
they could look at the video later on. You're going to put it in the show notes anyway, right?
Yeah, it'll be in the show notes, but I'm sure people have seen it. But all right, let me continue the video and then we'll talk about it some more.
Oh. It's not working.
Sorry, I jumped backward. Let me get to the spot again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
Not in one sitting, hopefully.
No.
Okay, good.
We made a breathalyzer in a geocache.
There we go.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Want to get any kind of drunk on the street? That's why I usually use this geocache device. There's a breathalyzer inside.
Okay.
And I just give my breath.
Okay.
And then it will tell me if I had too much or not.
Okay.
And beside of that, it will give me the code for logging my geocache.
Perfect. So Pflieger is telling me that this geocache is a breathalyzer. Now, with my lunch, yes, that's right, lunch. I mean, how can you come to Germany and not have a beer, right? So I drank this beer, and so I guess I have to blow into the geocache, and it reveals the code. Maybe. All right, let's try it.
So watching Joshua do this cracks me up to no end. Right? It's so funny watching Jesse. So all right, let me keep going.
It's not working. I might need more beer. Clearly I didn't have enough beer.
Yeah, I had a little stronger beer.
Yes.
Maybe it will work if I do it.
Go for it. Don't pass out. Oh my gosh, guys, it worked. Pflieger, are you hammered?
It's so funny. So so how in the world, Daniel, did you come up with this idea?
We create geocaches that lead people to special we like. And usually if we create a geocache, we try to get the idea of the location, get the idea of what is the message, what is, and that's the way we try to make an idea for that particular place. And main topic of this place of course is so
That's
How
crazy.
could we
That's awesome.
come up with a geocache that works when you drink a beer? Of course, there's the family and child-friendly opportunity. You could also look for the code outside, so it's a small hidden code, so you can either go in and have a beer, then blow, or you could just look like a normal geocacher for a small sticker. So
right,
two possibilities.
No, I'm glad. Yeah, obviously that works. That works perfect. That you would allow allow it for. Yeah, obviously. But what a great idea. And did you make that little box yourself? I mean, or do the breathalyzers actually come looking like that?
No. The breathalyzer is built in the box, and the box is done by my employee.
Okay,
Arne. Yeah, he creates some of our geocaches. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because now that I think about it, you had to have the breathalyzer function in some way so that when you when it worked, it would display numbers so that you could have the code.
It had to build in a way.
Yeah. No, it's very cool. I love that.
Thanks.
So, and Jesse, you're muted, by the way, my friend. So you need to unmute yourself. I can't do it.
They would allow that here in the state?
I don't know. You know, that's interesting. Our cat brain mentioned that in the comments about the reviewer would allow the cache here. Technically, it requires you to buy.
No,
something.
it doesn't.
Well, no, there's an alternative.
Yeah, they have an alternative. You don't have.
I just went for the beer part of it.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
And it's all always the thing. We have a bypass or opportunity for each geocache, so nobody has ever to buy something. It's the same for the coffee geocache. You don't have to. You can bring your own hot water, or if you even forgot it, you can. You will receive hot water from the employees for free, and also there's a mystery included. So if you come when the shop is closed, then you have the possibility to solve a riddle or a mystery to get to the logbook too. So nobody has ever to buy something, or to talk to something. It might be the funnier, the more entertaining way to get to the logbook, but it's not necessary.
Right. No, that's awesome.
I like it. That's a great one.
Yeah, the coffee one too. Yeah, we like you were talking about. You the people there will give you some hot water, and you could do that. You know, so that's So Bounce is asking about, does the store pay for every time someone finds the cache? Is there? Do you have some kind of agreement with them, Daniel, as far as?
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Okay. So they have a deal already in place where if somebody comes in, finds a cache, do they make a note and you have some sort of they're not paying you for those, or are they?
Yeah. Yes, of course.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, we couldn't do all these high standard geocaches.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Well, that's neat. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that works out. That's a nice agreement to have. So yeah, Bounce, you're right. So the store does give them a little bit of compensation for people coming in and doing that. And it kind of makes sense because you're bringing customers, so it's kind of like a coupon. Well, not a coupon, but it's kind of like it's a way. If I bring you a customer, more than likely they're going to buy something. In which case, you need to, if you compensate us, we'll keep bringing you more people, kind of thing. That works out. That's cool. Yeah. Okay, so I got one more. I want to talk about this one too.
Oh yeah,
this one. Oh, can you see? Okay. So I'm going to share the next one because again, this one. Let me pull it up and we can talk about this guy here. Okay, yeah, it's full screen, so we're good. I'm kind of jumping in the middle of it. If you watch all the videos, Geocaching Vlogger, it's also in the show notes, but we're just catching snippets of these videos just for people to realize I'm jumping in.
Pflieger. Yeah. There's a lot of Wi-Fi here.
Yeah, it is.
There it is. Oh, I need a password.
Let anyone in our geocache Wi-Fi connection, right?
Of course, it's very secure. Very secure.
And that's why we for the maze. In the maze there are some letters, and we just kind of figure out which letters are the right ones, and then we have to pass them.
All right, we got to do a maze. We got to do a maze.
Just for the audio listeners, there's on the side of the building there's a maze with letters in it, and he's going through and
right down the
figuring out
numbers.
the code to be able to put in for the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you're right. I should have said that for the audio.
But I mean, obviously, we're going to link to these videos so they can go watch the full video.
Yeah, go watch the full videos, but
they're not having dead air for the audio guys anyway.
Yeah, or they can at least hear it. But you're right. Yeah. So, how long this is? I haven't got to the. Let me get to the reveal part. But it is so funny watching Joshua do these to Daniel. I love how he gets so excited but.
I did the maze. All right, we put the words in, and we are connected.
Connected to the Wi-Fi.
Oh, strong signal, Daniel. Strong. Right. This geocache is strong. We're connected. It's a strong connection, and now we just put the IP address that you provided.
Now we shall be on a website.
Okay, go to the special website. Let's see what happens.
So you have to put your nick and the date.
Okay, so I'm logging the geocache right here.
That's right, but something's going to happen.
Okay, something's going to happen. Geocaching. Awesome. Geocache.
You're not allowed to submit yet.
Why not?
Because, the geocaching guidelines.
Oh.
The geocache always has to contain a paper logbook, right?
This is true.
So, and I follow the guidelines.
Yes, you do. This was not the log. You're a rule follower.
I am.
If I ever think of Daniel Pflieger, I'm thinking rule follower. Right there. He follows the rules all the time.
I like how Joshua's. It's so funny. Joshua's in his video. He sticks his finger into the video. It's so funny. I love that. It's hysterical. Kind of. He knows how to make these. He really does.
So he typed the log into his phone too. So something's going to happen next.
Yeah, something's going to happen next. So we're going to see that now. So, but he's having way too much fun messing with Daniel.
Little more different or creative way.
Tricky way.
Tricky is a good word.
Okay.
And of course, I provided a paper logbook, and it's in the shopping window.
Okay. All right. Just so we don't miss this, Daniel, you're going to submit the log, and then I'm going to focus on the window, and something's going to happen. Go. Submit. Oh my God.
All right. So, number one, Daniel, what a great idea. What a great idea.
Thanks.
Now, how long is this one? Is this a fairly new one or?
No, it's there for more than a year.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. And
so is there one big long running log from the whole time? Or
yes, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, we had to change the paper once, but it's enough space for a lot of logs. Yeah.
So just for the audio people that haven't seen this video yet, when he typed it in and hit submit, there's a printer, like a receipt printer inside the window, and it printed out his whole log from there, his name and everything, and his text on the log. So that's pretty cool.
That's true. Yeah. So the thing about a geocache is you have to get connected to the Wi-Fi. We set up unique Wi-Fi just for geocaches. They had to figure out how to connect to it, and then if they're in the Wi-Fi, they can go to a certain website, put in their log tags, the nickname, the date, and then a comment, and then submit the log, and then it gets printed within the shopping window at the printer. And if they push the button again, it will also print 10 tracking codes to discover.
Yeah, that is really cool. It'll do that. Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, it's funny. Ryan mentioned Daniel about you can tell it's an American log by the date order because the person before them, they put in 16/06/2019, so they put
I see
date month.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Bert Turtles says 61st day. day of August? No. 6/18. Funny guy. So yeah, so that one's been out for a little bit. Somebody mentioned also in the show notes and about the mannequin. That was another one that people really love seeing, the mannequin that lifts her shirt up just a little bit.
Points. We're pretty proud of it. That's cool.
Yeah. That's, people really love that, and there's so many cool ones. I mean, I know you do this for a living, but still, I'm always impressed by how that you do your employees kind of, I mean, do you guys sit around, drink a beer and go, hey, I got an idea? Is that how y'all, or do you have people give you suggestions, or how do you kind of come about with do you have people who email you suggestions, or how do you get some of your ideas? Oh, we lost Daniel.
I lost him.
Okay. That's why he wasn't answering my question. That's okay.
Just to do a recap before he gets back on.
Yeah.
For people who haven't seen his last time he was on here or whatever, his company builds just like a short version of a visitor bureau kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
They go out and they build these for all the companies around, and they work it out with their company, like there is kind of an agreement there, but
right.
While they're building these elaborate ones inside businesses that you can do from outside, it's bringing traffic through just like a visitors bureau would do. And it's a professional arrangement that they're doing these things. So they're definitely higher scale. Like, I don't know,
yeah.
Gary, you ever seen anything like this at all?
No, we haven't got Daniel back. So
videos, yes, but not in person.
No,
we got Daniel back.
Hey, Daniel, got you back. Hello. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Oh, my question was, do you guys sit around and go ahead. Oh, we lost him again.
Did we lose him again?
Sometimes it's not beer, sometimes it's coffee.
Well, true. Well, yeah, you know what I meant, but you guys sit around and does somebody come up with the idea, or you kind of keep a running list, obviously, of brainstorming ideas?
It's different. Sometimes we just let us get inspired by the surrounding and is dealing with. So sometimes that gives us the idea. Sometimes we build geocaches and don't know where to put it in first place. So geocaches are getting created, and customer or a place to bring it. And sometimes, of course, we get inspired by other geocaches and even other games. We play a lot of escape rooms and something like that. Yeah.
Right.
May I ask you a question? Because I don't feel so good. I have a big headache. Can we maybe go to a last question? Because I'm not I'm not fine right now.
No problem. If anybody has a final Q&A, we'll jump to that point. So we're checking the notes and we'll see if anybody has a final question for Daniel tonight. I had to mute his mic. Yeah. And we're kind of having some trouble with his microphone, but that's okay. All right, so we're gonna go and wrap up.
We'll let him check out. We don't want to keep him on. He's already up late. We don't want to keep him up.
Yeah.
As well,
right? All right, Daniel, we're gonna let you go. Just kind of give us an update once you get through with your ApeCache trip, and let us know how it goes. Okay.
I will. You can check my Instagram and Facebook to be updated for the tour. I guess you will see a lot of photos together with Joshua, and later on some videos. And to send you the link once the geocache is published.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And then you can come over to Europe and make the FTF, do the FTF.
That's right.
I like it.
Yeah. Thanks, Daniel. We will just for let people know, we'll put all the information in the show notes. So if you go to the show notes afterward, you can find a lot of Daniel's information and about his travel company and his website, his podcast, and various things. So, yes, thank you. People are saying safe travels, Daniel, and we'll talk to you soon, my friend.
Thanks.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Daniel.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, Daniel.
I was.
Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.
I hate that he feels bad. I know he's got a big trip coming up in the morning.
Yeah.
Too.
Well, that's okay.
As we were kind of looking at this, so Germany has to be on everybody's radar now. Anybody that can do international travel.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So I was looking at a couple things like webcams. We do a webcam watch every once in a while.
Yep.
The United States is way bigger than Germany, right? Obviously. Right. I don't know the exact numbers, but we're way bigger, both population and land size. We only have 105 left on the webcams.
Yep.
Watch. They still have 78.
Wow, that's quite a few.
Right. The multis, like we were talking about, the highest multi in the world is over there. When we were doing for your book and for some stuff I was doing for that challenge book, I was trying to get the most popular challenges in the world. I had to separate Germany out.
Right. They're all in Germany.
All the better points are over there. So they are big time. Well, like Daniel and them are doing too. They also have like teams working on it, but Germany is big. They have taken a hold of geocaching and they have gone, and I think people know this, but they have brought it to another level. I was mentioning in the chat room a couple of times that even people that have been over to Germany before in the past, they've noticed a big increase recently in the creativity and the level of the caches they're doing over there. So,
yeah, it's so true. And, I keep thinking about, we've had people who Bounce, who's in our, in our chat room tonight. Carl's got some notes for us. Carl's telling us, United States 28 times bigger than Germany. Germany's approximately a certain number of kilometers. Yep. Thank you, Carl, so much for that. Thank you, my friend.
Bounce is elevating things, but also like he's going for this cache that we kind of talked to at the very beginning, and we got past it with some of the other stuff. But the longest multi-cache in the world. I love when people try for things like that, right?
Oh, absolutely.
The highest elevation, the hardest, the longest, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Any of the icon types. Why not try it, right? Why not make your mark on geocaching, and try something like that? Can somebody beat that? Of course they can. But for some short period of time, you had a world record in geocaching, go for it. Go for the longest or the highest or the lowest, depending on where you live, and add something new. You may not get a ton of people to do it, but it's pretty neat, and it may inspire other people to do things just by reaching for the stars with stuff like that. Obviously, he's not scared to do it. Right. He does, but that should be good inspiration for all the listeners and everybody out there, right? Try for something. Who knows?
Absolutely. That's something I was thinking about when, Carl brought up the stats, but one of the things that, I thought, like I said, Bounce is doing a bunch of, Arduino type and various types of caches. WV10 we're all familiar with. There's several people who are doing. People like to mention the one in Oklahoma City, the Infernal device, which is like a haunted house ish, where you go through it and it's on several lists. I think it's on. I've got it in the book, the 201 book. But I think it's just getting the possibilities. I did one. I talked to a local vet clinic, and I had a little PVC pipe looking fire extinguisher. And I got and I just asked them because we kind of knew who they were, and we said, "Hey, do you mind if we put this?" Like, no, we don't mind at all. So I think people, need to get past some of that. I don't know what I don't feel comfortable maybe asking people about it, but I think the more people ask, the more opportunities we're going to see. I have one downtown at our Chamber of Commerce. I'm hoping to do a nicer one there right now. I kind of have one there because I want to keep that spot.
Cache, yeah, we've all done that.
We've all done that. I mean, the cache is there; it's available. Eventually, I do, but at least I have a relationship with them that I think if I go to them and go, "Hey, I want to put this birdhouse type contraption out," you know, are you guys okay with us doing that? And you know, I'd like to see more opportunities like that come about. And I like to hear about that from more people.
Oh yeah. Well, every little bit we can do something to raise the game, you know, the better, right?
Yeah.
They can't all be like that, right? I know that not every cache can be a 4-day hike to an escape room. Okay. I got that. But you know, every little bit of creativity and every little bit you raise yours, somebody else is going to raise theirs, right? So doing that, we're going to get higher and higher quality. And that's what really brings people into the game is you get hooked when you see something like that.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. You know, Behind the Cache mentioning about he's got some birdhouse caches at businesses. You know, it just I think that it gives. I think that also, WV Tim could probably kill my idea or my comment because I know he's had some destroyed, but I think for the most part, you can put a creative cache at a business if you obviously get approval, so forth, so on. But it seems like those seem to last. Does that sound like an accurate statement,
Yeah,
Jesse?
the better they're watched, obviously, and the more eyes that are supposed to be on them, the more it's gonna be watched. But you know, you just have to know that just like a travel bug, right? When you release a travel bug, you may never ever hear from it again. Same thing. You put money into a cache, you build a cache. You have to know that at some point it could get damaged, right? You build as sturdy as you can, but at some point it could get damaged, and that's really just part of the game. And it's frustrating when it happens, but you can't let that stop you, right? Or you drop out of the game, you know. And of course, people that are listening to this and the people in the chat room, these are pretty dedicated people, but all of us get down every once in a while. You know, you put something out, you really try hard, and it does, but you can't let it stop you. You got to keep trying and keep putting out more fun ones because you never know. We've laughed about this before, but a cache I put out on a whim one time, just traveling through part of my state, an area I go often, at a hotel I go to, as a joke. Literally, it was a joke cache that I put out. It's still there and gets more favorite points than all my other caches.
Is that your
just a convenient area? Like, hey, I know you're probably traveling through here and you want something besides the traditional. Here's where I go in the parking lot. It's super easy, and it gets tons of favorite points. Just you never know what's going to last, so you just have to try for whatever you can, and then just hope it does well, right? Just have fun. Whoever gets to have fun with it.
Yeah. That's the shortest where I go in the world, right? It's like
easiest where I go in the world.
Easiest. So it's also the shortest, right? Because you have to go like 6 inches between
maybe
a foot.
You could accidentally open it and already be at it. So
right. I've heard of those too, where it's a multi-cache where you look at it and it goes, it tells you to flip it over and it's like, no, this is the correct side of it, and like, oh, you can now open it. It's like one side of it. I don't know if you can still do that or not, but you
just creative description when you're writing it up, right?
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, kind of cool. You know, and we've all seen a lot of neat ones. While we have a moment, because I know we're gonna wrap up, but I did want you to comment on something. Let me bring up the picture because we didn't get a chance to talk about this last week, but talk a little bit. So I'm showing this picture that Jesse sent because we're trying to work on banner info and how we're handling some of the banner info. But tell us about this picture we're looking at.
So I was going to look up I don't have the GC in front of me.
Oh, that's okay. Well,
so this is, so oddly enough, so, you know, not to keep talking about our trip that we.
No. People want to hear about these.
The People's Bench Park. And it's a simple, like 1.5, 2 terrain,
right?
Traditional cache that's in Hawaii. And this was one of our most. It's just funny how you never know what's going to be your most favorite cache on a trip, right?
Right.
Talking about it, we kind of reviewed our trip later. All of us that were out there, the oldest stayed in the car for this one because we've been driving and flying a long time. The little one got out, and there's a swing. I don't think you can see it in this picture because it's the way it is, but near this bench, this little park on the side of this mountain there that you can drive to, it's just completely green, and it just got done raining, so there's water all in the air, and we could and there's this swing, and obviously everybody's picture on the cache log is them swinging in this thing, and I got into it too, right? You never know what cache is really going to strike with somebody. And we sat on the bench and we walked around this little park for a while, and it was a simple cache, but it was just the perfect spot. I don't know if we would have ever even noticed to slow down to stop and find this little thing,
right?
If it wasn't for that cache. So this was it. And we did some great caches while we were there, and we got all the types and oldest and hiked and all the other stuff. Right. And this little simple one on the side of the road ended up being one of our favorite for every single one of us. It was just funny. So I thought we'd bring that up as we were testing these, this picture. And in this picture, if you're on the audio and you haven't got a chance to go back and look at the video, it's just a one of the wide shots, and it's just completely green. Everything is green here. These trees were completely foreign to us. Total different type of tree, which you really can't tell all the details in here, but
most
just
of why
area, the fauna was all just very lush, and there's this big swing in the middle of nowhere that's big enough for adults to swing on,
right?
And a bench you can sit at, and it was just a really neat cache on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere that we never would have found in Hawaii.
Yeah,
other than happened to be a traditional cache that somebody tried to put there. So it was great. It was great to come up on those little surprises, and you never know when you're putting those caches out there who it's really going to impact. So that was pretty neat.
Yeah, it's something that we kind of tell cachers, and something we ourselves, and I need to remind myself about, and that is keep your eyes open, because you never know. You might see something that might be an opportunity to put a cache at it. Obviously, if it needs to be close by, for the most part, unless it's an earth cache, and Jesse's good at the drive-by earth cache. So I thought about you on our trip to West Texas a couple of weeks ago. We're driving along, and we're out in the middle of nowhere, and there's all these mesas out there and buttes, and I'm thinking, yeah, these are all earth caches waiting to be made, because they're part of the geology, of the area.
Hey, it's just like driving around. When you first start caching, you start driving around, and you're like, hey, I wonder if there's a cache there. Hey, I wonder if there's a cache there.
Hey,
Same thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely, all the time. We talked about that before, where Slinky Mama, she was like, lifts a lamppost skirt just see if there's something under it, and we found that one day.
I found one that same way. I bet many people have.
It was an archived cache, and some of the cache owner just hadn't gone back and got it. So, there it was. It's just crazy. So, all right, let's break. We're kind of breaking late, but let me do our commercial, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about a couple other things real quick. Have you found Spartacus? Search for him in the latest edition of FTF Magazine, a geocache talk show sponsor. There's free swag with every subscription to FTF Magazine. Sign up today at ftfgeocacher.com. FTF Geocacher Magazine is the magazine for geocachers. So something interesting in that little commercial, of course, is Emily Renee, who was in that, is in the FTF magazine, talking about her 50. We've had different people who have found a cache in 50 states. So, but she's got some stories she's going to tell us in a few weeks about her experience finding one in every state. So that'll be fun. And we'll talk about those here in a minute as we start to kind of get to the end of the show. But I also got this screen, Jesse. We can talk about that one real quick.
Oh, look at that.
There it is.
We've seen that one now, right? That's the
leaderboard
screen. Yeah.
So there's the leaderboard. The leaderboard scoring. I think it's fairly final. Some people ask me questions about it. You can, if you're part of the patrons and you're part of the leaderboard that we're going to be doing the scoring. From my understanding, Jesse, is you can double up, which will be fun. So, like, if you find a cache that has a lot of favorite points, that's also a mystery, you get points for all those. And so,
have we confirmed that yet?
I'm sorry.
Have we confirmed that that's how it's gonna go?
That's So you're going to be able to you'd be able to double dip on a cache, which is kind of cool, something different. So
Nice.
if you find an Earth cache, that's 75 points. If it has a bunch of favorite points, like a lot of favorite points, you get those points.
Be worth even more. So
you can kind of combo, and then if you just sort of that same day go get a Ceto, there's another 100 points that day. So you could have a big day, like a big, I like that we didn't do. I like that we did larger point totals. I think it'll be fun to kind of. I mean,
yeah, I don't really. You think anybody will get 1 million points in the 3 months?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I wonder what the high score will be for this promotional period.
Can we make it that far? Can we get? I don't know. In 3 months, I don't know how many points do you think you can get in 3 months based on this. Do you think?
I don't know. A good bit though, I would think. I don't know. I'm going to try. I'm going to see what I can get. It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that'll be neat to try and get that. So, all right. So there's that board. So, all right. I guess let's kind of wrap up. What are some final thoughts, and then I'm going to mention the shows that are upcoming.
I've got a couple final thoughts. So, and I'll wrap them up good because I know Daniel had to check out, and we're kind of wrapping up whatever. But one thing is, I gotta. There's some very young people listening to our show tonight. So I wanted to make sure that I sent a shout out to them. I won't say their last names because they're very young, but Paige, Izzy, and Penny are listening.
Yeah.
Or they're listening live tonight. So I'm going to send a little shout out to them. And then I also wanted to I'm not going to say who I don't say last names because they're young. They're younger, right? So so I got contacted earlier in the week, and I'm working on this big project, which I haven't really mentioned yet on the show, but it has to do with where it goes. Not a big surprise, right? But somebody asked me, they said they don't have a smartphone and they only do GPS, and they were having trouble with this series of where it goes. So we've talked about it on the show before. I just want to remind people with a quick tip that an old smartphone, the GPS still works in it. So you're not a smartphone cacher. You only do GPS, and some of the where it goes, like say you're doing a bunch of them at one time and, you need to do some things with them. Any old smartphone that you buy off of like eBay or your friends probably have a deactivated one that your smartphone cacher friends, you can get one of those. The Wi-Fi still works. You can download things offline. If you're using Cachely, you can download thousands of caches offline.
Right.
And also the GPS still works in it. Tons of caches, tons of things you can do with an old smartphone. So keep in mind, we've gone into a longer explanation before, but keep in mind if you're a GPS cacher and you don't want to use a smartphone because you don't want to pay the prices for all that, you can get one from your friends or use one that you buy on eBay really cheap. Don't have to activate service. You can still use a lot of the functions and tools of them just right there in the field. And really, nothing against GPS caching alone, but there's some things that don't work on GPSs, right? There's some sounds and some timers and things like that aren't really designed to work on those GPSs. So definitely get you an old smartphone if you're not going to be a smartphone cacher. We've talked about that before, but the person contacted me, and as soon as I reminded them, like, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot about that. So I love that they're going out and trying it, even though they cache a different way. That's great. So
that's good.
Other than that, everybody get prepped up for the big promotion. We want to make sure everybody just dives in really good to the big Geocache Talk Challenge, so we can give some good feedback at the end of 3 months to headquarters and really show them that we're not only informed but engaged. And because I hope that at the end of this, they go, you know what, we're going to take this information back, and then hopefully really shortly they'll bring it out to everybody in the world. They'll get to play it. So we get to test it out. So get ready. Think about what you're going to do. Pick you a category. Go overall. I know there's somebody out there that's going to get a ton of points or a ton of points in one category, or they're going to find ways to, really test it out and see what you can do with, the rules. So play with it as much as you can and test the system out.
No, that's a good point. That's something that I'm kind of thinking too, is maybe I'm going to focus on a certain area, but Susan and I are obviously still busy. We've got 60 counties to go. We've got a plan to do the last 60. So, but we'll incorporate the Geocache Talk Challenge into that. We didn't even talk about Mystery at the Museum tonight even. So there's still time. Some people are still working on that, which is cool. we're trying to incorporate several things into our caching, and then they don't always fit, but that's okay. Sometimes they don't always fit, but
and people are mentioning this is time when school starts and stuff like that. And I work in the school industry too. You don't have to get 1 million points. We're joking around about that too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Parts that you want and just see how the leaderboard works. Not everybody needs to get caught up in getting 8 million points for this one, right?
No, not at all.
Somebody will be crazy and go get 1 billion points, but just enjoy the part that you do and watch the tally and see how it works and kind of envision and really come up with some good ideas for the future for them, because they're going to want feedback. Like, this would be great in my state if you could sign up for different boards, or they want ideas. So we get to be that test group this time. So
no, absolutely.
Don't worry about you don't get to get 100 of them every single day. Just have fun with what you can.
Yeah, and that's something we've talked about. We both cache differently, which I think is perfect, and we have a lot of and our patrons and our listeners and viewers, they all cache differently, and we always mention, and I like to reiterate the same thing, which is enjoy it. And there was somebody who made a comment in some Facebook group, and everybody, it was really good. I don't really praise Facebook much because Jesse and I have had way too many times when it's been poorly done. But I will comment that in this particular group, they did a great job. Everybody made this, basically it reinforced the same idea, which is because this person was like, I've only found 94 caches and I don't think I'll ever get to 500 if at this pace or whatever. And everybody commented the same thing basically. And they said, enjoy it. That's what geocaching is about. Enjoy it. If you enjoy finding 1,000 caches in in 3 days or something, then do it.
Yeah.
But if you find 1,000 caches in 10 years, whatever, just enjoy it however you want to enjoy it. Don't look down on the person who finds, 1 cache a month, but also don't look down on the person that finds 100 a day. I mean, that's not really, we need to embrace that idea that we just enjoy it for we joke, obviously we make fun of earth caching and so forth, but
it's all light. We have fun.
It's all for fun.
We absolutely all do every aspect of the game and support all aspects, but that's what you got to remember. Do what you like, because it may change tomorrow.
Right.
You didn't think you were going for a county run like you're doing this year.
Right.
Last year, you would have never thought that was going to happen.
Yeah. And that's something we was talking about too. Try something a little bit different. Try solving a puzzle. We've talked about this before, but I think it's good to reiterate. Try Where I Go. Right?
Of course. Why would you not try that?
Right. Try maybe people, I've heard people who don't want to do multicaches because try a multicache. Find one with a lot of favorite points. Those are always, favorite points can help you in some ways because it gives you sort of a gauge. If a bunch of cachers like it, there might be a reason why they like it. Now, you may not like it, and that's okay, but you might. So, try a little bit of harder puzzle. Try something, but enjoy it. Don't we don't want to hear about people getting burned out because there's so many good things to do in geocaching that there's ways to do it without getting burned out. So, all right, upcoming shows next week. We've got David Barsky is going to be on The Twonky for show 160. He is a TV producer and a geocacher. So we're going to have stories about both. I've been looking back through Jesse on, he did a lot of the Dirty Jobs show. If you ever watched any of Mike Rowe's Dirty Jobs, he also produced some other things. So, and I'm confused. And so I'm glad David's going to be on because he was a field producer some of the time, an executive producer some of the time, and he did some directing. And it's like, okay. And he's doing one with Stone Cold Steve Austin that's coming out here on August 12th on USA Network. So I need David to explain to me what's I kind of have an idea of what a field producer is, but anyway, So David's going to help us.
Show us when he makes the Geocache Talk TV show.
Right. Well, that's what we're angling, right?
There you go.
We're angling for a TV show because I think we could have some fun with a TV show. Either you and I, or we get Joshua. We'll rope him in, or different people.
That's
but
right.
I think geocaching needs a show. And then I've got a funny story about a cache that I'll talk about next week during the show. And then in 2 weeks, we're having Emily on. Emily Renee is her caching name. She's found a cache in all 50 states. And she's going to tell us about how that all came about and how you can do the same thing if you want, and how she kind of orchestrated and planned out finding a cache in all 50 states. So that'll be fun. And then we've got something unique. In 3 weeks, we're going to talk about the Great Geocache Talk Top 12 list. And you're like, there are not 12 geocache types. Oh, there are at least 12 geocache types. Yeah. And I'll explain how we came up with 12 cache types. But we'll give our top 12 lists. What we think we'll each have our list, and we'll go through. We're gonna rank the geocache types, and Jesse and I are gonna argue and get into a knockdown.
Well, there's only one right answer, so.
Well, you mean my answers, or yeah, and then we'll get yours.
Mine, yeah. I already have an argument ready for this. I've already typed stuff up for it, so
that's right.
I'm ready. This will be a good debate.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. We're going to talk about, and again, you may not think there's 12 cache types. Au contraire, there are 12 cache types. So we're gonna set you straight. So,
but only one more.
Yeah. All right. So let's wrap up and do our little outro here. Here we go.
Folks, we hope you've enjoyed the show tonight, as well as our new format. Please email us your comment at geocachetalk@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The show can be found on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Radio Public, or Spotify, as well as at the Geocache Talk website. Don't forget to click that subscribe button below and ring that bell notification so that you can see and hear the show on a weekly basis. And tell your friends about the show. Get them involved with us in the chat room. And until next week, don't just talk about geocaching, go geocaching.
There we go. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Or good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Or good night. Good morning. And we'll see you guys later.